running out for him. With yellow flags again. Oh,
No way! I cannot believe it!
Oh, it's got time.
Other in contact!
Everyone is fighting here. It's almost for white going into the hairpin.
Goes over to the left as well.
Yeah.
Going down the inside, goes takes it to turn one. Oh, that was close there.
God, is this a fantastic race! What's the better tyre grip here? Man, it's back in 3 seconds! Raw's back.
Gets it.
Welcome everybody! We are back here for Global Spec Racing Season 15, Round 2, ladies and gentlemen. We are back now with Tier 1 here in China at the beautiful Shanghai International Circuit. I'm Soren, I'll be your main commentator today, and on my side, as always, is the one and only Matt. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, welcome. I'm doing great as always. Just watching the sunshine at the Shanghai International Circuit. As we're returning to the track, I think we didn't have it last season, so it's quite exciting to see it back in GSR again. And yeah, I can't wait to see what results it will bring. Perhaps the grid is not the heaviest today, the biggest, but I think we will still have a lot of fun with all of these drivers trying their best. Venom Overdrive already on the top, commanding his previous race win.
Yeah, sunshine in Shanghai sounds very melancholic. I gotta say this. That sounds very beautiful. Yeah, let's quickly go over the race results from last week, where we had the first race of the season. And I forgot it. You can't. I don't know why it's like that. It's like you can see through it if you look onto the stream. You can see it. I don't know how to fix that, to be fair. Wait, is it maybe? Oh my god. Okay, maybe. Yeah. I mean, you kinda can guess what it says there. Sorry guys for that. But last week we had the first race of the season of GSR season 15. In Australia. Was a very exciting race. Was very much fun to watch. You can watch it back on the YouTube channel if you want. Yeah, we had Overdrive on his debut, taking the win of the first round of the season. Then, yeah, finishing the race in P1 ahead of Speed Demon and Vapor, our current champion, coming home in P3 after his last to first try. At least he started on last position, came home in P3. He is trying the same thing again today, and that's always in the season, I believe. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on him when he's charging through the field throughout the race. We had Hitman in P4 then, Nick in P5, Pelligro Jr. in P6. We had Dolly P7, Thalo only in P8. Yeah, very, not a good race from him at least. Souls in P9, and Jimbo in P10. And let's see if that is working for the driver standings. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Obviously it's the same order then for the driver standings then. You can see that on your screen right now, but I don't think you're gonna need to see that much of it. So let's go quickly over the constructor standings as well, where we can see Williams currently leading with 25 points. 24 points has Red Bull, so they are very close behind that. It's very tight at the top. Then we also got Haas in the fighter with 16 points, 15 points for Alpine in P4. We got Sauber in P5 with 10 points. Then we got McLaren with 8 points in P6, Mercedes in P7 with 2 points, Aston Martin in P8 with 1 point, and only Ferrari and Racing Bulls so far without any points. And I also said it in the podcast that's coming out later today. Matt, I'm quite surprised. We got 8 teams scoring points in the first race of the season. That's quite a lot compared to last season where we had to wait a very long time till all the teams scored points finally.
Well, yeah, last season we also just had some, unfortunately, randomly put back runners into some teams. So basically, the whole team struggled to get points through that, and yeah, hopefully it will change for this season. Seems pretty balanced, and we had some favorites, for example the Alpine team, but Jake's teammate so far hasn't been able to race, unfortunately, so it's Jake carrying the Alpine so far, and again starting today from the back. And we have Laza returning, who also couldn't race the first race in Australia because of some issues, but he is back. Our P2 from last season is back, and he will try to make another go at perhaps the title, with Speed Demon also looming behind in the Zauber. Hitman right now, also one of our newcomers, raced only in Brazil last season, got a very good result in Australia, and now with a big lead in the standings, 3 tenths ahead of Overdrive, taking the first position provisional.
Sorry, I must laugh. I see Souls panically typing in the Discord chat that he forgot the race. He's yeah, trying everything he can to join in. Yeah, so last week then Australia, a very interesting race. Like you also mentioned a bit of it. We have many newcomers in this season, and that really mixed up the field. Like we've got so many many different drivers. We don't really know where everyone is standing right now. Obviously we had Overdrive winning last week. That was on penalties though, so don't expect him to dominate now or anything, because he was a little bit behind. Hitman also got a little bit unlucky. We had Alfie, who also got very unlucky. Now he might not be joining racing anymore anyway, but yeah, a lot of things going on still. So yeah, I'm very excited to find out who's taking the win today. Maybe even first of all pole position, as there's only 7 minutes left. So yeah, it's gonna be so exciting. And by the way, Odin, thanks for the chat, the messages. Welcome to GSR here. And yeah, true. F1 2013 was a very good game.
Check out Speed Demon, by the way, who is finishing his lap, I think, or
Oh, yeah.
perhaps starting his
No,
lap.
starting.
No, he invalidated. He still is yet to complete the lap. He got the pole in Australia, and he was a big title challenger last time out last season. So he will probably try again now, reunited with his Zauber and starting his lap. He started, he wanted to reserve actually at the beginning with for this season, and he raced in Red Bull, which got them a big chunk of points thanks to that. Now they're having Ben the Games and Ryan DD, which are also both newcomers from what I remember. Soren, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sorry, who?
Ben the Games and Ryan DD,
Yeah.
both Red
Yeah.
Bulls.
Yeah, they are
Yes,
newcomers.
so yes, so they are newcomers. And Speed Demon, as I said, reunited with his Zauber, who brought him almost great glory. He was close to the Drivers' Championship, and he wasn't too far behind in the constructor standings as well, with his teammate Jimbo, who is now obviously racing for Aston Martin. Jimbo's teammate has improved now up to P6, Uanian, doing a pretty good job, 1/10 behind 8. Hitman, Overdrive and Laza still aren't able to be challenged, but Speed Demon going onto the back straight, trying to get the DRS as fast as he can, using most of his battery now. And now braking into the tricky braking zone. He locked up a little bit there. And going for the final set of corners through Sector 3. This corner is really tricky to get and to not invalidate. He was very closer to the line, but onto the line he goes, and it's P2. It's a very good lap. 1/10 only behind from Hitman. So he is becoming a qualifying specialist pretty much. And we have Souls joining.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also came in, so yeah, good to see him here on the grid as well.
And Xavier also, I think, joined.
Yeah, Xavier
Just joined.
well. Where is he? Oh yeah, there, P16 right now. Yeah, good to see so many guys coming in last minute then. Yeah, let's talk about the track maybe for a brief moment as well, because I'm so happy that we are back here at Shanghai. I think it's one of the best tracks in my opinion. It got a very good mix of corners, as we see Ryan here comes through the final corner now. Let's see, up to the line goes P12 at least, 133.8 for him. Yeah, so I also talked with Jake about it a lot in the podcast. A really great track, especially turn 1. I think it's one of the well, first of all, it's one of the most unique turn 1s, and also one of the most amazing. You have so many different lines through there. And also the rest of the track is so fluent. Matt, how do you like the track?
I actually love it so much. I've loved it. I mean, I liked it in the past Formula One games that I played on, but I also loved it when I could race it on Assetto Corsa, for example, with the WEC cars, with the LMP1s or the new hypercars that unfortunately haven't experienced this circuit, but I think it's just such a good circuit. One of the best. I think it was also designed by Tilke, and I think it's one of the best of Tilke's tracks. Right up there with the newly redesigned Hockenheim and
Malaysia, probably, Sepang.
Malaysia, also Sepang, yeah, exactly. So I just also love the snail turn 1, 2, and 3. They just flow really well, and it's just a great idea to introduce something like that to racing, because I think it was also either this or Malaysia was the first track to utilize that.
I think it was Malaysia actually, not that
Malaysia.
not that hugely. Malaysia has a smaller one, I would say, not goes that deep, but I think that was the first one that had it as well. Right?
Yeah, and then it was Shanghai with even deeper variation of that. But anyways, most of our people are either in pit or on their out laps, so trying to prepare for one final go. But we have here Komi Uncle, who's going through sector 2. Through the fast-flowing corners, it looks pretty clean. But this tricky section, he went a bit wide here. Let's see if he can improve. For the Williams team, he had not bad qualifying the first time out in Australia. And through another snaily corner, turn 13 I think it is, what I remember, and onto the back straight. I also really like the banking of this corner of turn 13, but it does put you a little bit wide sometimes if you are deep into your tire's life.
Yeah,
it's also pretty tricky.
Yeah, definitely. I always struggle through the corner. Oh, as we see, Kaomi Uncle also struggle out of the hairpin. Got a little bit of oversteer then. So yeah, I always struggle at that corner. So yeah, but with this game, I feel a lot more stable through there. So yeah, happy to see it also. I wish it was a little bit more banking even. But yeah. Ben the Gamer then here on his run right now comes through the middle sector now. This was also very tricky corner. You usually don't want to really take that much of a curb there in the left-hander. Ben the Gamer took a little bit much curb there, but got away with it. So good for him as he's coming now down towards the second snail corner. Turn 13, did you say? So
yes, I think I can check.
Last corner is 16, 15. Yeah, 14, 13, something like this then. Yeah, you can...
Yeah, this complex is 11, 12, 13. So the first left-hander is 11, and then 12 is the first right-hander, and then the long snaily right-hander is turn 13. They're considered as two corners for some reason.
Yeah, but I think the long right-hander, I think the long right-hander is turn 14 even, because the hairpin is turn 50. Oh no, the small...
No, it's turn 14, the hairpin.
Yeah, no, the last corner is turn 16 at least. That's, well, for sure. I spent the game at 59.
There's a small kink considered
Yeah.
just after the hairpin as turn 15 actually,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
some
Okay.
reason.
Just like in Austria, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
But
Liverpool.
Laza retired.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lazar
sorry.
tired. Liverpool then comes towards the line. Yeah, goes P4 at the end of this qualifying session. I think.
Yes, so in front of Laza.
Yeah, 8 and through the final corner now as well. P3, good lap time from the Ferrari driver there.
Wow. A massive improvement if he keeps that from Australia.
Yeah,
We have Jimbo also. Down from P14. Can he do something more? Can he manage something better out of this lap? He squeezed out the time. Yes, up to P10. Good improvement from the Aston Martin driver. Overdrive goes P2. Just shy of beating Kitman, who is holding on to the pole position. I think Speed Demon there finished his lap. No, that was Nick. And Speed Demon actually goes fastest by more than 3/10, and Hitman doesn't improve, and that means second pole in a row for Speed Demon. Although Xavier is still on his lap, but it's invalidated, so it's Speed Demon again on pole position
yeah,
for the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah, that was a very good lap time from Speed Demon again. Yeah, very impressive that he's taking 2 pole positions in a row. Very good job from the Sauber driver. And yes, Odin, it's only short qualifying. We don't have Q1, 2, and 3. Only short qualifying. And a 55%, sorry, 50% race coming up then next. Yeah, so Speed Demon then and Hitman in the first row. Then we got Overdrive, our winner from last week in P3, 8 right behind him. Good quality from him then. Liverpool and Lazar P5 and 6. Our current champion Jake as last week also starting from last position. Then let's see what he can do. No chance. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting heading down into turn 1. Like I said, one of the most unique corners, first corners on the calendar. One of the best ones as well, I would say. But also, yeah, I mean, it always gets very tight heading into turn 1 on the first lap, or turn 2, I should say, because the corner is getting tighter and tighter when you drive through it, and there are always some people that try to want to go for any gaps, and then you suddenly find yourself in a 3 wide position, and yeah, then it's gonna be very tight, and I think some people might get squeezed off the track there. Let's see, yeah, if that happens again today. I do think we're gonna see, yeah, some squeeze, some pushes maybe, but hopefully everyone can go through there clean the end without damage on the first lap.
Yes, indeed. I think this turn 1 is gonna be pretty chaotic, but it's gonna be really fun because you can always choose different lines on the start and try to attack on the inside, which then turns to the outside, and other way around, and then you have the hairpin of turn 6.
Oh, we don't have a formation lap.
Wait. So we're going then. It's out and away we go, and without the formation lap, they will probably struggle a lot. But Speed Demon leads from over. Do we have collisions off?
No, I
Or was that just like, I don't think so. Then Hitman trying to attack 8 for the podium, 8 losing some positions there. The 2 leaders are holding on to their starting positions. Now here, Laza attacking Hitman on the inside of turn 6. 8 unfortunately disconnected, but we need to focus. Can someone invite him maybe from the stream? But Hitman is P3, Laza P4.
I try to.
8 unfortunately, yeah, you can try to. It's a little bit chaos of the start on the start. But they are continuing on. They are racing. We have some hard runners. We have some medium runners. Laza, they're sliding out of the corner, a little bit being vulnerable now to Uwanian, who is on mediums, who should be able to clinch the position perhaps, but with the DRS it will be tricky. We have Nick also gaining a position on Call Me Uncle, and now down the straight they go. It's one of the longest straight in the calendar, I think. But with the DRS, it will not be easy to overtake, although Overdrive has a look down the inside, perhaps, of Speed Demon. 8 is joining back, fortunately. Ben the Games is attacking Uanian actually. With a little of a slide, he can't complete the move though. Uanian with a better traction around the outside, and that completes our first lap with Speed Demon leading this race.
Yeah, that was an eventful first lap of the race, especially since we didn't have formation lap. Caught us a little bit off guard as we see Nick and Kormianke going side by side into turn 1. Beautiful move from Kormianke around the outside, and he's getting the inside line now, and I think he gets the position out of Nick. Yeah, he gets past, at least for now, but down into turn 6, I think the first happen is also a very good overtaking opportunity. But I do believe it is not close enough, but here it's very close between Liverpool and Ben the Gamer. Liverpool trying to squeeze through it, Ben the Gamer trying to stay on the inside line, but he can't make it there. Liverpool gets the position, is now up to P6. A lot of stuff is going on those first couple of laps now.
Nice move there from Liverpool though. But just worth mentioning, Jake is went already down the pit lane actually. I don't know if he switched tires because I just didn't look on what he started actually, but he is on hard now. So we'll see what he'll do. I'm not sure, perhaps wing damage maybe. But anyways, now with the help of DRS on lap 2, we have Overdrive very close to Speed Demon, a little bit of scuffling between them, but Speed Demon with very late braking keeps the position, holds on to it, and leads on into lap 3. Meanwhile, the gaps are a little bit spreading between Hitman, Laza and Uanian. Overdrive actually with a faster lap than Speed Demon, now trying round the outside maybe on the mediums, which I think Speed Demon is on hard.
No,
yes.
both are mediums.
No, both are mediums, sorry. So then they will be going on to hards in the second half of the race. We saw some contact, we didn't see, but there was some contact probably. Kormianke off the track, losing a couple of positions. That actually makes Xavier and Souls jump up massively into the points paying position, which is quite good for them. Larky Boy now with a great move on Jimbo, a little bit squeezing him, but still leaving him enough space, and with a better traction from the inside, he should be able to complete the move, although Jimbo still had a look, but it is Larky Boy's. Also worth to mention, it was unfortunate to aid now. He will have to claw back from a very deep 14th position. He started third. He showed that he has pace. Perhaps he can climb back up to top 5. That would be a big success for the Ferrari driver, I think, considering his first race as well. But we have Overdrive, again, very close to Speed Demon in P1 and P2. And will Overdrive attack down the inside. He is diving into turn 14. But can he complete the move? Speed Demon with a better traction around the outside. He keeps the lead. And again, is able to maintain it going into lap 4.
Yeah, but you can see as we got yellow flags, that's Larky Boy round, I believe. Yes, it is. You can clearly see that Overdrive is currently the quicker driver. Speed Demon just somehow keeps him behind with everything that he's got. And
although
we
he
have a
did
fight
the DRS.
between Liverpool and Uanian side by side. Oh, they squeeze, they push each other. It's getting very tight as they run down towards turn 60 happen. Here comes Liverpool and down the inside, locks the front left tire, but Uanian maybe with the switchback gets the better exit. Not quite. I think Liverpool might got him, and he's now into P4. Yes. Yeah, so what I wanted to say, Speed Demon and Overdrive, they are both costing each other more time than it really helps, because behind them we've got Hitman, and he is on hard tires, so currently it's all working pretty well for him, as he catched up to the front 2 runners now, and he's in DRS range now. So yeah, we might even see not Overdrive or Speed Demon being in the lead in a couple of seconds now, maybe Hitman then with the double toe here, as we've got yellow flags again. That's Ryan D. Seems spun around, but it seems like he can continue. But here we come then down towards the hairpin, turn 14. Speed Demon and Overdrive once again. Overdrive this time going for the outside move. Can he make the move stick? He's still alongside Speed Demon there. Not quite sure who comes out, but I think Overdrive might get him into the final corner. Yes, he gets him and he takes the lead, at least for a brief moment. Because Speed Demon down into turn 1. Mike can take the position back. Yeah, he got the RS, so it shouldn't be too hard for him. And Speed Demon, great defending driving here as he retakes the lead then.
Some nice bit of tactics, I think, from Speed Demon as Iranian takes back 4 from Liverpool, but they fighting again through turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into turn 6. Overdrive tried to challenge Speed Demon again for the lead, and into turn 6 had a look, but doesn't quite want to get it. Iranian also with a heated battle with Liverpool. They're going side by side for the hairpin, and we're seeing there from the back. And Iranian takes the position back, so there's a big scramble between Laza, Iranian and Liverpool. 3 teams, 3 drivers, all battling for P4. Also costing themselves a lot of time to the top 3, which now is clarifying as it's Speed Demon, Overdrive and Hitman in a DRS train. Also helping each other in a way, not slowing each other down too much. Oh, and Overdrive with a little slide through there. Losing a little bit of distance to Speed Demon, but again he will get DRS and he will be very close at the end of the straight. Surely Hitman is not able to get quite too close to Overdrive as Liverpool takes back P4, and Lazana will also benefit from that perhaps as he dives down the inside of Iranian. The Aston Martin driver is getting shoved off, pushed off onto the outside, but he keeps the inside line. There goes side by side through the final corner, but Laza takes it. That was a nice move from Laza, also keeping it within the track limits, and now he gets the tow from Liverpool, which gets him a little bit away from the Aston Martin driver.
Yeah, that is a fantastic race so far. And just to build up on your 3 teams, 3 drivers, we actually got 6 teams and 6 drivers fighting for the top 6 positions. 6 different teams in the top 6. This is very amazing. Even 7 different teams in the top 7 now. As Bender Gamer passed Nick, who is in the Sauber. Yeah, Ryan, he left the session. He retired on track, by the way, so that is a quali ban for the next race, if I'm correct.
Race ban.
Race ban even. Oh, okay, yeah. Good. But let's focus now back onto the lead. I think the driver in the best position right now is Sidman, as he's just casually waiting behind for now, as he even goes a little bit wide here into the left-hander of the turn 11, 12, 13 complex. Yeah, but anyway, he's just waiting for his opportunity then. And I think it will come the more laps. Oh, in the background, that is Laza round. Laza spun around. That was a very weird incident, as here comes Overdrive though, around the outside on Speed Demon once again. Can he make the move stick? It's getting very tight, but Speed Demon stays ahead for now. And Hitman still waiting for his opportunity then, but yeah, that was a very, very weird incident with Laza there. I think he spun on his own. And here comes Hitman then. Down the inside. Oh, Overdrive on Speed Demon though. Down the inside as well. Ooh. Into the first couple of corners. And Overdrive might get the position now. Speed Demon tries to stay with him. There's contact. Speed Demon nearly spins round. And I think that might be a good opportunity now for Hitman. No, as Speed Demon seems to use a lot of ERS maybe. Not that much though.
Battle, but try to invite Liverpool maybe back.
Yeah.
If you're able, he also unfortunately disconnected.
Oh, yeah, okay, I said it.
Yeah.
Good card there.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been some amazing battling here with Bender Games now fighting with Nick as well for P6 and getting in front of him. Liverpool unfortunately losing massive. Oh, Speed Demon! Oh, that's a reset to track, unfortunately, but Speed Demon is spun round. He doesn't seem to have any damage, so he didn't hit the wall. He just house spun, I think, out of this corner. Perhaps rode the curb a little bit too much, and now Hitman is in pole position to get into the lead with the help of DRS. He's been waiting for that, and with the reverse strategy, he might be in a better position as the overspin is massive now. Overdrive without the DRS is a sitting duck, and now if Hitman is able to get away through Sector 2, from overdrive, he will be able to keep that as Speedyman is struggling
Look
here
at
trying
all
to
those
defend from
That's
from the
Nick
rest
actually.
of the games. That's I'm sorry. So
All good.
that's middle battling. Lava is trying to also claw back to this podium fighting positions as he attacks down the inside of Nick there, who is getting overtaken by two cars. He gets a little bit wide there, and Liverpool is also joining the battle after being disconnected from the session. And again with a battle with Laza, also Nick in the mix there. And Souls is also not so far Liverpool's teammate trying to join this battle. And then the games with Laza down around the outside, and they make contact. And Laza takes the position. Liverpool also down the inside of Panda Games, who's losing massively. These two are shoving their way through the midfield battle, and back into P5, P6 positions they go. Gonna try to claw back up, but also I wanted to mention, don't rule out Jake still, because his undercut will be massive, although he will have to stop again, most probably. But he is gaining massively on this field of midfielders. And actually overdrive now, trying to take back the lead, but he's not close enough, and his mediums will be dying soon. Meanwhile, Speed Demon takes back P3 from Uanian, locking up massively though. Uanian got a little bit caught off guard there probably, but Speed Demon is back in the podium positions as Lava and Liverpool make contact again between each other, and Liverpool takes P5 or retakes the position, I don't even know. There's been so much change between these two as Speed Demon dives down the pit lane, which means slowly the end of the cycle for the mediums, I think.
Yeah, pretty much, even though we saw Speed Demon struggle a lot as he's switching for the hard tire compound, and probably will go to the end, I believe. Around 20 laps, could be maybe a little bit difficult, but should be doable.
Look at Jake though. Jake is only around 3-4 seconds away from Speed Demon now.
Yeah, but he has to pit again. Don't forget that.
I know he will have to pit.
Yeah, so
I will not
Jake will
forget
hope.
Jake.
Jake will hope for a safety car. That's for sure.
Yes, indeed, Jake will. But that's realistic here. I feel like we've seen so many spins. If someone makes a contact with the wall or retires.
Yeah, that's the thing. A safety car at Shanghai is a lot less likely than in Australia because the walls are so far away.
Well,
if you
it
spin,
is.
you don't
Yeah.
immediately hit the wall. You just spin on your own, come back to the track, everything's fine. So a safety car is not really. It doesn't have a high chance for a safety car, I would say. So
I know,
yeah, it's
I
gonna.
know, but
So. Oh, as we also see Hitman locking up into the chicane here, just like Speed Demon. So I wonder if what the reason for that might be. Is there maybe something wrong with the setups a little bit or something like that? Or maybe the wind?
well,
Never
but
mind.
don't forget that also in-game Factor Jake said that he actually has the particles turned off so he can focus more. So he doesn't see basically where he when he locks up or not.
Oh yeah.
And maybe some other people are also using this strategy to just focus better on the track and on the drivers around them.
Yeah, maybe that's a good point. And I do gotta say the race calmed down a little bit. We still have this amazing fight for the lead between Overdrive and Hitman. And here we have between Liverpool and Laza, but it's not like this whole train anymore that we had like 2 or 3 laps ago. We got Nick in P6 being hunted by Jimbo in P7. Jimbo who also made a good recovery so far. After being a bit further down the order. And 8 back into P9. Obviously he got a little bit lucky with people doing some pit stops already. But yeah, let's see that. Hopefully Ferrari can score some points this weekend, as they didn't score any points last weekend. That would be good. Same for Racing Bulls, even though with Laza in the points, it looks very likely that they're gonna be scoring some points today.
Yeah, Laza should be able to keep that position. Overdrive though massively much closer than on the last laps. Will he be able to utilize that though? No, not yet. He's actually not using any battery to try to complete his move. He's he's trying to save the tires a lot, save the engine, and save a lot of battery for the latter stages of the race. So Overdrive is doing really well to try and figure out the tactic to win a race again here, as he did last time out. But about Ferrari, I just wanted to mention that Larzy Boy is not doing too well. He's in last position, 30 seconds away from the next driver. So it's not really too well. Oh, we have a spinner there. Liverpool with a house spin. Losing the position to Laza. I focus on the Ferrari drivers, not looking at this battle that we have with Liverpool struggling as he pretty much always have done so far in GSR. It's his third race only in this league. And actually Overdrive took over the lead from Hitman, which we missed somehow. I don't know how that happened. So even though the rate comes down, there's still a lot of switches. And yes, the gaps may have widened between most of the top 10. But we might as well see a safety car maybe to bunch all of these drivers up. But I'm also noticing Uanian and Jimbo are doing great job with the points. Gonna score massively for the Aston Martin team this race if they keep this up.
Yeah.
But Hitman, yeah, sorry, you can speak.
I just okay. I just wanted to say to Odin, who's very active in the chat, we got the damage on standard, so it's not simulated. It's a bit below that, as we see Laza going for the move on Liverpool, but can't quite make it. Maybe with the switchback, and now down the inside on Liverpool here, maybe. No, can't quite make it. Yeah, so damage is on standard, so it's not the highest, but it's also not the lowest. It's the medium option. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we're seeing quite clean race from penalty standpoints, as 8 pits right now. Also from his pretty well earned P8 position back from the disconnection. But from the penalty standpoint, Xavier is the only one with a time penalty. So we're seeing a very clean race in terms of track limits. The battle are also all basically within the track limits. So it's a big refreshment from the likes of, I don't know, what track is very bad for track limits? Austria.
Maybe?
Austria, for example. Austria, we saw a lot of penalties last season. But we also saw good racing, so
yeah.
I don't mind.
But also Xavier's penalty is a 10-second for speeding into the pit lane, so it's not even one for track limits. So.
Nah, okay. I must have missed that then.
No, oh good, you didn't say anything. I just wanted to point it out because you just said he was the only one with penalties, but yeah, was the one for speeding into the pit lane.
So it's not even.
Let's say speeding. Here comes Hitman then. Speeding down on Overdrive. What is that even correct? I don't know, but Hitman takes the lead.
Speeding down the inside.
Speeding down the inside. Here comes Hitman then and retakes the lead. And I think it's, yeah, Overdrive's coming in. So he's saying the mediums are done now. Laza and Liverpool, they are not done yet. Both on hard tires. Let's see who takes the upper hand now. Side by side they head into the final corner. No one's giving up. Oh, Liverpool runs wide. And I think they are still side by side, heading now down towards the one. I think Liverpool gave the position back. Oh, here they come! Oh, they touch! Oh my God, this is now. Yeah, this is.
They're at it.
This is hard fighting here.
Laza and Liverpool
Oh,
not giving up. Laza with a slide. Liverpool, our admin, obviously. Laza, one of the most acclaimed drivers from the last season. Rowdy outside with a very late brake move, but gets it in front of the front wing of Liverpool. Liverpool must have broke very early there into turn 6.
Yeah, I think Liverpool might wanted to give their position back. I don't know for what reason. He might have gotten an illegal overtake, but I don't think so. But yeah, he might gave it back on purpose there. It looked like it at least.
I'm not sure, but didn't Uanian just get a pit lane penalty for speeding?
No, I think it's just.
No, it's 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, because I think he just pitted. So I thought that penalty was for the speeding in the pit lane. But these two drivers are at it in this race. throughout the whole duration of the first stint, basically. And now Liverpool is gonna try to retake what is now P2 from Lada, overtaking quite comfortably just before the braking zone into the hairpin. But he is quite slow on the exit, which almost invited Lada to overtake him or to even perhaps hit him accidentally, and he runs out wide and he gets a 3-second penalty, I think quite deservedly so. Meanwhile, behind them, they are inviting Speed Demon to basically reel into them as they are battling quite hard. Nick is also trying to maybe benefit from this, maybe slow them down to help his teammate. Behind, we also see Jimbo pitting, and some other people. Just Liverpool Uanian getting the time penalties. But yes, Speed Demon is quite close and catching up to this duo.
Yeah, this is very interesting. Now, I think it's quite impressive to have that Hitman got a 14-second gap to the guys on similar tires, but obviously, considering that they are all fighting with each other, and Liverpool goes wide again. Something must be wrong by Liverpool now. This is very weird, as he's running wide every corner now, basically. I wonder if it's the tires, maybe already.
Well, don't forget that he is remembered in GSR from his first race, from that iconic clip where he went out wide in Spain and he saved it going onto the gravel, going out wide. So he is known for his little bit antics, as now he is losing the position again to Laza. They are not good on batteries though, for example comparing with what Hitman and Overdrive had. And speaking of the McLaren driver, he is also catching up massively to this duo, almost getting basically a pit stop gap, as a Speed Demon as well, as his teammate went into the pit lane as well. And we see Jake also jumping up, back up to P6, but it will probably not stay like that.
Yeah.
We're also see.
What I just remembered is that I saw Liverpool standing in the Discord chat before the race. That I think he accidentally chose a Japan setup. Sorry.
They're in a very close battle, though. I gotta interrupt you because Speed Demon was trying to have a go at Liverpool already, and they went side by side through the tricky S's. But Liverpool defended the position quite well. Although Speed Demon trying to have a look and trying to stay out of Overdrive, who is also reeling into the Zauber's driver rear wing. But now he is gonna try to use the DRS. Liverpool lost a little bit of the gap to Lada, so I think it should be quite an easy move for Speed Demon, using all of his battery, although Liverpool doesn't give it up. And it's very close to Lada, and with the help of DRS keep the position, although Speed Demon still attacks down the inside, dives it into the hairpin. And will he get the better traction with the pressure tires? They make a little bit of contact, but Liverpool holds on to the position and keeps within the track limit somehow, which makes the job quite tricky for Speed Demon. And Overdrive is already within the DRS, as Liverpool actually is trying to have a go at Lada with a switchback. They go side by side again into the snaily complex. Lada trying to defend, and they make contact, they touch. Lava with a little bit of a half spin, and because of the ghosting in the game, he's losing the position to Speed Demon, who's around the outside of Jonas of Liverpool, and he should get the move done. Lava trying to benefit from it, but actually Overdrive is coming from behind, and with a great switchback it's round the outside of Lada, and he may take the position from Liverpool down the inside of this trickiest right-hander, and he gets it. Very good move from Overdrive, and not losing much to his closest rival right now, Speed Demon, as they are catching up massively to Hitman, but obviously Hitman will be on the better tire, so we'll see what he can do, although the gap will be quite big to the top two runners now, who will continue to drive on hard and battle for this race win.
Yeah, that was a very amazing fight we saw here between Liverpool, Lazar, Overdrive and Speed Demon. And speaking of Overdrive and Speed Demon, here comes Overdrive now. Down the inside into the hairpin, and he takes the position from this Overdriver, at least for the moment. As Speed Demon can fight back into turn 1, but I do think that Overdrive seems to be the little bit quicker driver today. So yeah, as Hitman is also coming in now. Hitman now in, switching on to the medium tires now, of course.
Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, so he would go to the end now on those tires. 11 laps, that is very much doable. So let's see what he can do. And he doesn't come out too far behind the other two guys, as we also have Lazar and Liverpool both in. Liverpool.
How are they gonna come out though between each other?
Yeah, Liverpool a little bit ahead of Lazar.
Lazar just behind though. This is gonna continue as they will have to battle through the midfielders though, going out behind Nick, 8, Souls, Jimbo and Bender Games, who are gonna probably slow them down, and they are on already warmed up tires. As they're all battling, but Liverpool already getting close to Nick as the Zauber drivers in question is trying to dive down the inside of Aid, but it's not quite worked out for him, and Liverpool is gonna try to take the position away from him. And actually Overdrive is setting a commanding pace on Speed Demon, who is not able to keep within the DRS, and Overdrive will try to run away with it now, because Speed Demon won't have the DRS into this, as Jonas with a great move down the inside with a switchback, a little bit pushing Nick out wide, but I think it's all fair and square, because he did have massive overspeed on the Zauber driver, and now Lazar will try to get through him, as Jonas will have the DRS and much better traction out of turn 13 on Aid. So let's see now, will we see a double move for the drivers who's been battling for a whole of this race? Meanwhile, Jimbo down the inside of Bender Games. Hitman actually getting a 3-second time penalty, which can hinder him a lot. And Speed Demon going into the pit lane. Again. That hasn't worked out for him. That hasn't worked out for him again, I think. He's going for the 2-stop once more, as he did in Australia, which lost him the race win from pole position, and now he's doing the same. And where is he going out? Oh, he's right in the mix here, battling with 8 for position behind Liverpool and in front of Lazar. Will he be able to take the position away from Liverpool? He's right on his gearbox. On the Mercedes drivers, no, sorry, that's Souls. He was right on the Souls gearbox. Meanwhile, Lazar taking the position away from Aid. A lot of confusion with the strategies, and a lot of strategies mixing between each other, basically. Meanwhile, Jake also came in for his final pit stop. That leaves him out of the points right now for the reigning champion. It's quite interesting what's gonna happen there. But that leaves Hitman with a penalty, 7 seconds away from Overdrive, with 11 laps to go with much fresher medium tires.
Yeah, so, yellow flags, that's Lassie Boy is out in the pit lane. Oh good, that's fair. Yeah, very crazy race that we're seeing here, as Lazar's going for the move on Speed Demon, but Speed Demon got the DRS, trying to defend against it. 3 wide between Lazar, Souls and Speed Demon, then as they all head down into the chicane here, into the hairpin, sorry. And Lazar and Speed Demon still side by side, and I think Lazar might get him. Oh, side by side, they head into the final corner, and Speed Demon retakes the position. Speed Demon and P7, so much going on. But Overdrive, very commanding lead so far, but Hitman is slowly closing in. But also look at that Aston Martins, P3 and P4 right now. Uanian on his second race, also on the podium right now. This is very good stuff from them.
And Jimbo is doing some magic also, because from a basically known midfield runner, he is right up there in P4 and with medium tires to the end, basically. So it's his great bunch of points to lose, pretty much. As also Liverpool gets past Bender Games, or is he? Bender Games trying to fight back through the right-hander, trying to delay the braking as much, and with better overspeed he does get the move done. But Lazar will be towed by Speed Demon, who is gonna get past Bender Games, I suppose, with much fresher tires. and Laza will probably meet his biggest enemy of this race, or biggest challenger, which is Liverpool. We see here also some battle in the midfield for the last point
Oh my
paying
god.
position, but now we focus on Speed Demon already past Bender Games through turn 13. But will he have DRS? No, I don't think so. And Bender Games is having a go back at him. Or actually, Laza, he was defending, so he might not have had DRS, and Laza gets past Vende Games, and they will now scramble all between each other. Once again, as Liverpool gets, I think, another 3-second penalty, Vende Games also dives down into the pit lane, but that is not good for Liverpool, as he will lose quite a bit of position in this close racing, as Speed Demon already getting past him, and Laza again just behind Liverpool. Once again, we will probably see the battling, although Liverpool trying to have a look down the inside, going through the grass, clipping there a little bit, but Speed Demon keeps the position. Liverpool trying to use the switchback and maybe a little bit of the battery to maybe attack around the outside, but Speed Demon has much better tires to use. And even saving energy, he is able to pull away massively from Liverpool, as we got a great shot from the helicopter cam here, and Laza reeling in just behind Speed Demon. Meanwhile, Hitman is massively gaining on Memo Overdrive, but it's only 9 laps to go for the Haas driver to catch up, and the penalty looming over him.
Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. I also thought that Jimbo might be really struggling towards the end to bringing those tires home. He also has Speed Demon and Laza right behind him, so they will catch up, that's pretty sure. So he will lose that P4 anyway, so I think he...
And Liverpool, part 50.
Yeah. So, sorry. Oh my god, so much going on, but yeah, completely right. Jake also gaining positions, is now back into P8, so he's good in the points right now. And we see Liverpool coming in. So he will...
After 3 laps only.
Yeah, that's very
is this a wing change? Is this a wing change maybe or something?
Not
But that
sure.
gives... But that gives P7. Yeah, it is a front wing change, so he did make some contact. So it's in the end a massive loss for Liverpool, who was in the mix of top 5, top 6 drivers. But in the end, tire struggles, probably setup struggles, and also wing damage are putting him basically out of the points for good, as Bender Games is losing 13 seconds to the points paying positions, and he would have to gain on him, overtake him at least to get past him, and he still has massive gap to go. But actually Speed Demon now behind Jimbo, who I don't think is struggling too much, just trying to deliver the car back home, and if he's able to keep the position, Laza down the inside of Speed Demon trying for a move, but Speed Demon with much better traction, trying to hinder his chase for the podium, because can you just click through the penalties? If they are able to catch up to Uanian, yes, within 3 seconds they will be able to jump up back to the podium. Whoever finds himself behind Uanian's gearbox, basically, at the end of the race. 6 laps to go, and now Hitman is only 3 seconds away. The gap is basically halved to Overdrive, and he's gaining massively, but will he be able to pull 3 seconds additionally, or will Overdrive perhaps get a penalty? Unfortunately, Jimbo gives up that battle with the mediums and goes into the pit lane, which will probably put him somewhere in the final circle of the points, basically. Yes, he should go out in P10, so that should give him 1 point at least. But that jumps Jake and 8 up to P6 and 7. And Jake is also, I think, gaining a lot on Laza and Speed Demon, who are in a constant battle. Laza has been tormented by every driver pretty much, every lap. But he's trying his best to catch up back from the spin he had earlier. And he's doing quite a good job, I'd say.
Yeah,
keeping it behind Speed Demon for now.
Yeah. If you remember that, you think what would have been possible without the spin for Laza. Like, he could have been well up in the fight for the podium, actually, I would say. So, yeah, very, very sad for him that he had the spin at the early phases of the race. But Also
Speed
very,
Demon is already on provisional podium, by the way.
yeah,
2.5 seconds between Uanian and gaining massively right up there with Laza. So Jake might also get in front of Uanian in the end if he continues the good pace.
I would guess so anyway, because they're all slowly catching up to Uranian, and I think they will get him before the end of the race. So I think Jake will pass him as well, maybe even 8 if he's good enough. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. So we basically see the fight here for the final podium position. I think Overdrive and Hitman, those two, they will take P1 and P2. Hitman only has 3 seconds, right? Yes, he has.
Yes.
So yeah, that would stay the same, but behind it, it's an open fight between Speed Demon and Laza, basically.
Well, but also you said imagine what would have been for Laza, imagine what would have been for Speed Demon, because he took an additional pit stop, and he's still P4 with a
Yeah,
spin.
true.
So imagine him being up there with Hitman and Overdrive, and actually the gap is still close. Oh, Liverpool is
yeah,
into the pit
he
again,
retired, yeah.
speeding into the pit lane and retired. So unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Second race in a row.
Yeah.
No points. No points for Mercedes actually. It seems like.
Yeah. Just gotta say, Racing Bulls and Ferrari both will score points. So that means at the second race of the season, every team will have scored points. That's a good.
If they hold on to that.
Yeah, of
that's
course.
very
Of
nice.
course, I assume that now. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice.
But the thing is now, I think here comes Speed Demon now on Uranian. Sorry for the Aston Martin driver, but Speed Demon is passing him now, and that's gonna be podium position for Speed Demon right now, because Uranian could get the penalty removed as he goes very deep into the corner. But yeah, either way, even if we would get it removed, Speed Demon is now ahead, and I don't think he's gonna give up the position to Uranian that quickly enough. So Speed Demon now in P3. He's just hoping now that Uranian is defending very well against Laza, so that Laza will lose a bit of time. And Laza will, of course, think the opposite. He hopes that he will get past the Aston Martin here pretty quickly, so he can continue on following Speed Demon and challenge him for the final podium spot then.
So as we can see, Speed Demon is losing right now 16 seconds to Hitman. So around 17, 18 seconds to Overdrive. So yeah, without that spin, that would have put him right up there probably. And without that, a little bit pit stop confusion, because I did read well. He did a 2-stop, right? I'm thinking.
I
think
in a
so.
second.
Yeah, but we have here Laza a little bit stuck behind Uanian. It was a great timed move by Speed Demon to overtake into the 2 big DRS straights, as Laza couldn't get past him now.
Yeah, Speed Demon has 2 stops. Same for,
yes, indeed.
for Jake.
Same for Jake, because he pitted at the beginning. So how would make Speed Demon be right up there, or even maybe with a commanding lead? But actually, I'm also noticing that as Laza goes past Uanian as well. Very unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver, who tries to fight back on the inside but doesn't quite have the traction. Very unfortunate for Aston Martin, as they had big hopes going into the final 7-8 laps, but unfortunately their tires quite simply disintegrated pretty much. Although Uanian trying to go for a move back down the inside on Laza, and Laza with a great switch back should get it, although Uanian still holds on to it around the outside, but it's not enough traction. Laza closes the door and holds on to that position. And actually, soon enough, we might have to switch to Hitman's POV, because he's only 1.3 seconds behind Overdrive. And even though he has the penalty, we might see a move for the lead soon, because he has been steadily catching up. The gap has been a little bit tailing in the last laps as I've watched over it, because the mediums must be a little bit on the end of their life, but as are Overdrive's hard, so it levels out the competition, and we will see how it goes to the end.
Yeah, I do believe that Overdrive will have the upper hand when it comes to tires in the later phases of this race, so the last 3 laps now. I do think Hitman's tires will short just miss out on on being the better tire. So I think even if Hitman would overtake him now, with 1 or 2 laps to go, I think Overdrive would get him again in the end. So yeah, I don't have high hopes for Hitman to take the lead here, but I'm open to be surprised. So let's see if he can take on, but I think Overdrive won't get him, won't let that position be stolen. I don't know. Yeah, but it's gonna be exciting here in the last couple of laps, and quite lucky that we don't have all those battles happening now at the last couple of laps, because then it would be completely chaos and we would miss everything. Yeah, so.
Actually, fun fact, we have some behind-the-scenes interview from Jonas Liverpool, who says his teammate, that my teammate ruined my race and cost me the podium. Oof. That's big words towards Souls, who is outside of the points for now. That's big words. I don't know fully what happened there. We couldn't quite follow everything that happened there, all between all of these drivers, but it is unfortunate if they hindered each other's chase for as good of a result as possible.
Yeah. Also, Theo Murray also asking, did you watch the fight at the start with Liverpool? Yeah, same answer there. Basically, we watched a lot of it. Not sure if we watched everything, but we did try to cover as much as possible. As Xavier's retiring on track.
I think so.
Yeah, he just retired. Yeah, mate. If you retire, please do it in the pit lane.
But Aid, I think, also had a trouble. They had a small half spin or something, because there were yellow flags as well in just at the beginning of Sector 3, where the Ferrari of 8 was just driving through. And that does leave him quite vulnerable to Nick and Jimbo, both of them catching up massively to him. Nick on very old medium tires.
Overdrive also seems to have made a little bit of a mistake, as Hitman is half a second behind him now. He was slowly catching up and being in DRS range now in the first sector, but now he's on, well, basically half a second behind, so yeah.
So that should ensure DRS for Hitman if he is able to not get slowed down too much through this section, although he's losing the contact just. But I think that the detection point is what matters here. So if he is within 1 second there, he should be able, I think by my logic, from what I remember, should be able to get the DRS, which could get him very close. Can you just switch to Hitman if he did get it? Yes, I think so.
Yeah, he did get the DRS.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he got the DRS.
Overdrive, though, you're nearly using all his battery to try to avoid that, but in the end it wasn't enough. So as we are heading now into the final lap, we do gotta remember Hitman got a penalty. But yeah, he might get it removed, but we never know. But yeah, let's see then what happens on this final lap now of the second round, as we have a spin in the background. That's Call Me Uncle, losing that final position now as well, and Vapor taking the 5th position from Uranian, as well, as they both head side by side into the final corner. It's getting tight. Uranian has to take evasive actions and goes wide off the track, and Jake might let him through there. I think so. Yes, he did. Yeah, well, let's focus back at the lead. Of course, Overdrive still ahead. 3/10 is the gap. It's closer than ever as we're heading now through the middle sector. This is not crucial. Hitman has to stay with Overdrive now in this sector in order to have a shot at it going into the happen at the end of the straight. But Hitman, Overdrive got a lot more ERS to spend. Nearly double the amount.
Seems like. And it seems like Hitman's tires are giving up massively, as he just lost half a second. No, basically even almost a second throughout the entirety of Sector 2, which basically bumps him out of the battle for the lead, as Iranian took the position as Jake was quite close to Iranian. And Hitman made a big mistake.
Damn it. Yeah.
Which we unfortunately missed a little bit, but it still ensures him P2, because Speed Demon is too far to just get within the penalty. Oh, maybe! I think so. I think that's
Oh
the
no!
that would be P2 for Speed Demon now.
So-
As Overdrive takes the race win, crosses the line, but will Speed Demon be able to get within 3 seconds now? I just think so, or not. Not quite, I think. No, it's just 2 seconds away for Speed Demon, as Hitman, I think, indeed got a puncture there on the final lap. As Jake takes P5 from having to pit doubly, as Jimbo now and 8 trying to battle, but Jimbo getting an unfortunate penalty, which hinders it and ensures 8 with P7 result, which clinches all points for all teams, at least 1 point, with Aiden Lazo delivering the points for V-Carb and Ferrari. There was also a very close finish for Eaton as Soul spins out of the final corner, just making a show for the fans there. Call Me Uncle still has quite a way to go, but there was quite a close battle between Nick and Ben the Games, with Nick on 14 lap medium tires, finishing just in
Phenomenal.
front of Ben the Games to ensure 2 points instead of 1. Which is probably quite massive for the Zauber drivers. And the 2 Zauber drivers and the 2 Aston Martin drivers are the only ones to reach double points for this race. And it's a win again for Overdrive. No matter what the team, no matter what the track, Overdrive just seems to be in form in the season. At the start of it, at least.
Yeah, exactly. 2 races, 2 wins in a row for Overdrive. So couldn't have a better start at the season. The qualifying is not going so well, but the races do, and that's what is important. Yeah, so congrats for our top 3 then, and let's see if we can get them in for some podium interviews then. And I take the opportunity here, guys. Thanks for all the chatting in the chat. I'm seeing it all. Nice to have you all on board. If you haven't followed yet, please follow.
Another behind-the-scenes interview, Souls is striking back at his teammate Tension in Mercedes as he's saying, "My teammate literally going for a gap that doesn't exist." Wow, that's some. And Speed Demon saying, "I despise this track," meanwhile getting a pole position. That's a crazy statement.
Okay, here we have the race results, and of course, Overdrive winning the race ahead of Hitman, then in still P2 in the end. Speed Demon P3, Laza P4,
sorry for
and Jake P5, yeah?
I accidentally left the left the voice chat, but I wanted to mention Hitman. Basically, I got it from another driver. Confirmed that we think he's 100% Algerian. Wouldn't that be the first Algerian on the podium for GSR?
Oh,
At least one in a
surely.
long
Yeah.
time, because I don't remember any Algerian on the podium.
Okay,
And he was quite close in Australia, but yeah.
Hitman and Speed Demon. Let's see.
Yes. I think also we will have no issues with like penalties for this race, lip removals and stuff, because they raced quite cleanly there, I think. Just I think there's tension at Mercedes, so will be interesting.
Okay, let's see then. Let's switch over to podium interviews then. Okay, I just pull a hello Overdrive.
Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Hello, Overdrive. Welcome again. What a drive.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's just see
Um,
if the other ones also join.
By the way, I just want to say also shout out in the chat and in the viewership for Joella, my Italian friend, who said he watched the stream and he enjoyed it. So shout out to him.
Nice. Yeah. Woo. Oh god. Yeah. Let's see. Wait.
And we have Speed Demon. Hello.
Oh, yeah. I didn't ping him for some reason. Sorry, mate. Good to have you here. I'm just waiting
Well
for
done.
Hitman then.
And well then we
Perfect.
have yes, we have Hitman. Hello. Well
Hello.
then we have here double pole sitter and double race winner
Nice.
from 2 races. Quite fun.
All right. Yeah. So then we can start. First of all, guys, thanks for joining the post-race interviews for the GSR Season 15 Round 2 Chinese Grand Prix. We start off with our third place finisher, which will be Speed Demon then, of course. You two, mate, first of all, thank you for being here. Congrats on the podium.
Thanks.
Yeah, so second race, second pole in a row, but in the end, again, not enough for the win. Still a podium, some good points you grabbed here today. Overall, are you happy with the result? Do you think that was all that possible, or maybe was there more possible with a different strategy?
Yeah, there's definitely more possible, but just me being the Lando Norris of this league and not managing to get a win after so many podiums and poles is definitely more on the table for me in the races, because normally I feel like my race pace is always better than my quali pace, just not here today. Because I literally changed my setup 5 minutes before I joined the lobby, and I was a few tenths faster, but I like this. And I thought, I might actually have a chance. Then I got pole by, I think it was 3 tenths in the end. I was like, I might be able to win this, but too high wings of a setup, so got done every straight. Then lap 6, span it round, had absolutely no tyres for the next couple of laps, so I'd do a 2-stop because there was no way I was making it to the pit window and making it to the end of the race. So yeah, once again, a very stupid decision from me and stupid mistake from me, which probably cost me the win. And yeah, which is disappointing, but move on to next week because I'm not a fan of this track and it is not my favourite track. So I very much dislike it. It feels sloppy, slippy, and horrible with tyre wear as well. So yeah, definitely more on the cards, but oh well.
Yeah, I heard that before the race as well, that you're not the biggest fan of this track. What emotion is now bigger in you? Like, do you feel happy that considering it's China that you got a podium, or do you feel maybe a little bit sad or annoyed that even though you got the pole position, it wasn't enough for the win again?
Yeah, I'm annoyed. I'm slightly surprised I did well. I mean, if Vapor decided to qualify, I remember in ETSI he had a 31.1. I'll be 6 tenths faster than everyone else minimum. So yeah, I'm glad he didn't qualify, which is always a bonus because he would have just ran away with it. But yeah, like still annoyed again, but it's more funny than anything for me at this rate. I just find it amusing because I just like to have a little fun and spin around every now and again, which yeah, slightly annoyed, but oh well, it's just a bit of fun now, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of the tires now, I mean, you already mentioned, of course, your spin and that your tires were pretty much done after that. But how did the tires feel overall in this race? We saw a lot of people struggling with the tires out there. We saw a lot of people pitting very early on the mediums. How was the feeling for you on those tires? Was it very bad today out on track?
Yeah, the first few laps on the tyres always feel fine, but I think after I got my dirty air and a place where I spun out, I just didn't realise I had a lack of grip and dirty air and a bit older tyres and I had it with starter race, so I over pushed it, meaning I spun out, had no tyres by lap 8 and I just couldn't get it anywhere, so I thought to stop it and just hot lap it for the rest of the race because I did 10 laps, both times on hards, I think. So the tyres didn't feel bad when I went to the hard, of course. The tyres are really cold when I first get them. The hard three, you lose so much, some time already. That made me lose some more time away, but it's so hard because you have the left side of the tyres screaming for help and the right ones are fine. So it's not a nice, good track for tyre wear, and it's just not a fan of this track if you can't tell.
Yeah. All right. Matt, you got some questions for Speedyman? Wait, where did Matt go? He just left. Wait, why is he? Okay, guys.
Where's he gone?
He's just in the admin chat now. What? Okay, guys. Sorry for that. Speed Demon. Okay, then one more question from me then. Next week, Bahrain. A little bit more simpler track, maybe I would say, or a track that is more present in GSR calendars and maybe in other leagues as well. How do you feeling for that first night race of the season as well?
I haven't driven there in like a good month or so, so I do like the track in general. I'm not sure there's still like glitch with turn 4 where you can just fly in the air, but hopefully it isn't after this new update. So I like the track. The tyre was not bad. Got a podium there last season as well. I think if I can manage to not get penalties again, which I was definitely prone to a lot last season and haven't got one this season, fingers crossed. I think I'll continue to not get penalties and stay the front. There's every possibility that I could win, but we'll just have to find out next week because someone could just have ridiculous pace there. But yeah, hopefully I do well.
Yeah.
Probably a podium again if it comes to it. So yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. It sounded like you were finished. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, good. Okay. That's everything from me then. Sorry that Matt just left. But yeah, thanks for your time then. Congrats on the podium again, and then good luck next week in Bahrain.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Right, and we continue on with our second place finisher then, Hitman. First of all, thank you for your time. Congrats on the podium, and also I think congrats on your first podium in GSR overall.
The first one.
Must be a good feeling, but also I think you might be a little bit annoyed that you missed out on the win.
Yeah, first of all, sorry for my English. It's a little bit difficult for me.
Oh, good.
And I think the pace was quite good. I had a puncture last lap. Yeah, that and the penalty cost me the win, I think. Yeah. Overall, the pace was good, and maybe the pole was attainable. Like on my last run, I hit the curb, which cost me like 0.3 of a second in the last sector. So yeah, good race overall.
Yeah, I mean we saw already last season in season 14 in Brazil at least that you have a very good qualifying pace, also good race pace. Obviously back then it ended in a DNF. Last week in Australia was a little bit unlucky for you as well. Today it seems like it all came together. So are you happy, or do you think you can keep this trend now going?
Like, of course I'm happy, and like I didn't practice at all. Like I did a session of quali, like 3 laps. That's it. So I'm happy with the result I got, I guess.
Yeah. Were you expecting were you expecting such a good result when you knew it was gonna be China the next race?
Yeah, I think I have a good pace in China. So when like the first lap in quali, like when I did it, I thought like I'm gonna have a good race.
Yeah, and was there anything you could have done maybe different today to take the win? Maybe switching the strategy around. Obviously, you and Overdrive, you were on different strategies.
Maybe the strategy, I think. Yeah. If I had to go back, I would try another strategy, maybe.
Yeah. And if you would have and if you would need to point out one thing for the next race that you need to work on, would it be qualifying pace or race pace or strategy? What do you think would you need to work the most on now?
Maybe not making mistakes and don't get like stupid penalties. Yeah, that's the I'm gonna work on it.
Okay, and final question. Next week, Bahrain is coming up.
I have a final question.
Oh, yeah?
To Hitman.
Yeah?
Hitman, could you confirm to me, you're Algerian, right?
Yeah, bro.
then you might be one of the first, or maybe even first Algerian to get a podium in GSR. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing to hear. First
Very
one?
nice.
Are you sure?
One of the first ones, probably.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Remember an
fully,
Algerian
but
ever
I
getting
think
a podium.
Jose
So
made
yeah.
it before.
Eight,
Yeah.
can you not speak? Say something.
Sorry, I was just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Hitman, for that interruption.
No,
But you
no,
did
no
well.
problem, man.
Congrats on your drive, and
Thank you,
yeah,
bro. Thank you.
and
Appreciate it.
also, sorry, and I just left for a second, but did Hitman get a puncture? Did you confirm
Yeah, he
that?
got a puncture. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense. Well done, still on holding on to that P2 then.
I like it. Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. From me then too again. Thank you for your time. Congrats on the podium, and yeah,
Thank
good
you,
luck
bro.
next week in Bahrain.
Thank you.
Right. And last but not least, we move on to our race winner, of course, Overdrive. First of all, thank you for being here. Congrats on the podium. Congrats on the win. Yeah, second race of the season, second win in a row. Talking about a good start of the season, you must be feeling pretty good right now.
Um, pretty good is an understatement. I won't lie. Yeah, I really didn't expect much from China. And then, yeah, I didn't really have time to practice today, so I literally just I did one race run yesterday. That's all the information I had on this track, and the only information that I had was it's gonna be a struggle to make it to the end of the race on any tires. Um, so I took the mediums a lap longer than I did on my race run yesterday, and I was like, okay, these hards are 100% going to the end. And I think I burned my hard so much trying to get through traffic when I came out of the pits because I wasn't sure if Speed Demon was going to the end or not from his early stop. So I really needed to get past him early. But I burnt them so much that I was literally just in puncture territory for the last like 2-3 laps. And yeah, Hitman just got the unlucky of us two. I was just praying for the tires to hold on. I don't know if you saw, but when I saw him go wide, I literally slowed down. I took the whole of the like curve at the end of sector 2 in like 4th gear, and it just was not risking it. But yeah, it feels good to be back on top for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously qualifying is I don't want to say not your strength, but obviously you struggle a little bit more in qualifying, I would say. But in the race, then it works even better for you. So taking the win, staying clear of penalties and everything. So yeah, good pace today overall. But you mentioned it already, the traffic. Obviously, that was a big thing today. There was just so much traffic that you have to fight through. And also getting past Speed Demon. We saw you basically from start to finish basically fighting with each other also early on. What was going through your mind then? Were you already thinking about maybe going for a risky move, a surprise move into any corner or something like that? Or did you say in worst case you just stay behind and wait out?
So quickly like linking it back to the qualifying thing. The pace, honestly, my qualifying pace isn't great. Like I've realized that over the last 2 races, I feel like I did make a big mistake going into the hairpin. I locked up and I just completely missed the apex, and I think I lost like 2-3 tenths or something. And I was really annoyed at it because I knew that that could have been pole and it could have made my race that much easier. But just looking at Speed Demon's quality pace, I didn't know if it was going to be easy to keep up with him. So my plan was to just stick with him and then just go for an undercut actually around lap 11. And then it got to a point where I felt like I just had better pace, and I felt like if I was in front, I could break the DRS to Speed Demon. So I started sort of trying to bait a move, and every single time I was baiting a move, he had such high wings, it would actually be like an attempt. So yeah, it ended up losing us a bit of time to Hitman, and then the one time that Hitman actually caught up, he went for a move on me, and for me to defend from him, the only option I had was to go for a move on Speed Demon in the first stint. So I had to really just like send it. I forgot where I sent it. It was some point at turn 1, where I just like launched up the inside, and then I managed to get that to stick. And then yeah, in my second stint when I fought Speed Demon, I did a really nice move around the outside of a V Cob and a Merc, at some point in Sector 2. And it sort of set up really nicely to just get the move done on Speed Demon. And as soon as I got past him the second time, I was like, all right, I need to break DRS. I can't be battling Speed Demon here because Hitman's going to come back really fast on those mediums. So
Just a small interruption. I think we got that move of the V-Carb who was Laza and Mercedes who was Liverpool, most probably.
yeah.
So yeah, so that's nice.
Yeah.
That was
I'll
a nice one.
100% be watching that back.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable. That would also be my next question. For us, for Matt and me as a spectator, as commentator, it was very fun to watch. I guess for you it must be, I think, a very stressful race, but also at the same time very enjoyable race.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, as much as it was stressful, I was sort of just like, honestly, just having a lot of fun while racing it. Because the one thing I really hate is like, if you're gonna lead, at least have it be an interesting race. I really hate when the race is boring and you're just like circulating for like an hour. So,
Yeah, that was
yeah, I can't
definitely
really
not
ask.
the case.
That was definitely not the case. Like, I really couldn't ask for anything more. Like, I did win today, but I did lead like less than half the laps in the race, I'm pretty sure, which is quite crazy to me. So, yeah, for sure. It was a very interesting race, and like there was no point where I'd say I zoned out and went onto autopilot. I felt like there was a bit more of that in Australia. Um, but today, yeah, every single lap I had to be locked in. There was a decision to be made, like pretty much every corner. And I was also very confused at the start because someone readied up really quickly, and then I saw I think it was Aid. I saw Aid leave, so I was thinking that we were like restarting or something, and I was about to just send it on Speed Demon. I don't know, it's completely unrelated, but I was about to send it on Speed Demon, and I was like, wait, if this is actually legit, I can't do that. But yeah, the race was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say the least.
Luckily, you did not do that.
Yeah.
Matt, you got any questions for Overdrive?
Well, pressure match for the rest of the season, as you now won both races at the beginning. 10 races to go.
10 races. I mean, it's a long season. I've had like, 2 wins already is like a lot more than I can ask for. I didn't even think I'd get a win this season.
They always say that it's a long season. But what do you really feel?
I mean, I don't feel like I know that obviously I forced myself into a position where I can fight for a championship. I also do know that there will be races that I have to miss just because of like circumstances. So I think for now it's just going to be a case of putting as much points as I can at the top of the championship. I'll also have to be really careful for Vapor because I know Vapor had his pen last weekend. He didn't have his best race this weekend, so I know he'll come back stronger 100%. And I also feel like once Speed Demon gets, once he gets his strategy, his consistency sorted out, he's going to be a big problem as well. So I'm gonna just take it a race at a time. That's all I can really do. I don't think I can really fully focus on the championship until it's getting to those last 3-4 races because a lot can happen until then. So yeah, for now there's no pressure on the championship, but it's just all about getting the wins from now on. That's all I can say.
Okay, thank you then, and congrats on your win once again.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Yeah, you too. And alright, guys. Yeah, that's the end, if I would say. That was an amazing race. I can't say anything less. That was just pure amazing. Matt, you got anything left to say then?
Just again, thank you for tuning in. I think from what you were saying, it seemed like a lot of people tuned in today. So that feels really nice that we're bumping up the viewership each race, I feel like. And yeah, can't wait for more because this fight between all of these 6-7 drivers is brewing a lot, especially today with tensions between Laza and Liverpool and the great drive of MM Overdrive. So yeah, I must say I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Don't forget to tune in on Friday then again, as we have Tier 2 again. So, round 2 of Tier 2 then on Friday as well here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Yeah, like Matt said, thanks all for tuning in. Thanks all for chatting. Very nice. And yeah, hope to see you guys then again on Friday or next week when we head to Bahrain for the third round of GSR Season 14. I'm Thorin, on my side was Matt, and have a good evening. Bye bye.
Bye bye.